go hand in hand, and that's why especially it's important not only to protect our friends in the wild, but also their habitats as well. And this man is going to do just that. Chris Evers.
Chris just brought out a skink.
Animal Embassy. Skink, yeah?
Skink, right?
This is
I said it correctly.
Skink,
Yep, and not a skink. This is a Solomon Island prehensile-tailed skink, and his name is Solomon. We give our animals names that help kids to remember who they are and where they should be. Sadly, he was taken from the wild over 30 years ago after significant logging on the Solomon Islands where he's native to, and then people came along and collected the animals that had been displaced.
So he's over 30.
Sold them into the pet
It's older than you are.
he's 30-something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So actually, Ryan, if you wouldn't mind putting this glove on.
Okay.
And
see what we're getting ourselves into here today.
Oh boy!
Never know.
We have a treat from our last segment.
Carrie gave us orchids to feed Solomon.
For humans as well as for animals.
Oh, humans can eat them.
Do I just hold it by his mouth or actually rip him off?
Do that, Ryan. Huh? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Geez.
You just hold it right up to him and get like an edge of it to him, and he should.
Look, he's gonna. Oh, look, he's got
what
a tongue
cute little
there.
skink.
So part of how we help our animals to be comfortable in different situations is by feeding them when they're on program. So an orchid would certainly be a treat for him, and it doesn't seem like he's very interested.
He's not hungry.
But it's the thought that counts, right?
I thought it tasted
tried.
good.
So Solomon, we use him to help us teach kids that we shouldn't be taking animals from the wild. And with Earth Day having just passed, we're talking a lot about how to be better to the environment, how to be better to the world, how to be better to each other and to the animals. So find an animal in nature, let it stay where it is.
All right, that's what we'll do. What else do you have for us, Chris?
So that's a very unusual creature there.
We have a ferret.
It's also called a monkey-tailed skink, which I think caused a little bit of confusion.
Right. We thought a monkey was coming on the show,
no
not a monkey.
Today. We can arrange that at some point.
Next time we'll bring monkeys.
I don't know about next time, but
okay.
So the next one is what's called a soft-shelled turtle.
Okay.
Unfortunately, for a lot of our native species, this is just a turtle shell, but for a lot of our, that's also a soft-shelled turtle there, Ryan. For our native species, a lot of people have taken them. They see them in town parks. They bring them home with them. They find the babies at this time of the year crossing the road, and they bring them home. Don't bring them home.
Okay.
The question is, why did the turtle cross the road?
Why?
Because he was trying to go home?
To get to the other side, right?
Right.
So if a turtle is crossing the road, assist them if it's safe to do so. Don't take them to the local pond. If they're there, there's a reason. Take them across the road if it's safe.
Got it.
So this is an animal from the exotic region of the Ohio River Valley.
So exotic.
Yeah. But very unusual creature. This is a soft-shelled turtle, literally.
He's excited, huh?
The shell of most turtles is bone, as you can see with this, because it doesn't have the scales. Both these are from box turtles. That one's older, so the scales have come off.
Look at that little face.
He just keeps popping in and out.
Well, being a water turtle, they're a little bit nervous. At this time of the year, you might see turtles coming out of the ponds to lay their eggs, and some of them may be snapping turtles. Best to leave them be.
Yes.
Aquatic turtles are nervous.
I feel like we're bothering him. Should we put him back?
Well, he obviously is a little bit nervous, but it's a great thing to get to see.
Guy.
A little stress is okay for everyone. Too much, not a good thing. So that's our soft-shelled turtle.
Okay.
Another one of our great ambassadors, and that was living at a school, and then the school decided they didn't want him anymore.
So
you have
Which isn't a great message for the children, but I'm glad that he's with us. You know,
it's in good hands.
We want to help people understand. You have a pet, you have to be committed to it, and so we are committed to these guys for sure.
Another animal that a lot of people have as pets. This little guy.
This is a fairly common one. We use our domestic ferrets to help teach kids about endangered species. One of our great programs is our endangered species program, and this guy looks a lot like our native black-footed ferret, which almost went extinct. They were down to 18 in the wild.
Oh, wow.
And so through captive breeding, biologists were able to bring them back to the point that they were able to release them back to the wild, but they had to take extreme measures to save them, which meant removing them from the wild so they could breed them and genetically manage the population so that then they could get back to the wild.
And I asked, does this guy bite? And you gave me like a 15-second pause, and he said, oh, no, he won't. So, all right, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Give him a pet ride.
It is a carnivore, so they do have sharp teeth.
Oh, wonderful. Sharp nails, too.
Loosen your grip a little bit, Ryan, otherwise he will bite you.
Okay,
right.
very loose,
Chris,
buddy.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you guys for having us back.
Bye.